high school, I struggled to decide what I wanted to do with my life. So I moved out of my parents' house. I enrolled into college and took a part-time job. Life became very difficult after that, to pay rent and even to make good grades at school. So I eventually had to move back home, feeling like a total failure. 2 years later after that, I got in contact with an Army recruiter. I enlisted into the Army right after that, and things in my life have been different ever since then. Are you struggling to pay rent? Are you struggling to pay your education? Are you worried that an illness might strike you or your family to where unexpectedly you might have to pay something out of pocket that you don't have money for? Are you tired of working and not receiving the proper time off? Join the military. Serve your country while receiving many benefits. We'll be discussing about education. Education in the military, they offer TA, also known as tuition assistance. They pay for up to 16 hours, a whole year, free of charge. The only thing you have to pay is your own books. There's another program called the Montgomery GI Bill. Pays a portion of your education costs. There's also a new one you enlisted after 9/11 called the Post 9/11 GI Bill. This also pays for all your school as well. You can even transfer the entitlement, meaning that I can give that to my spouse or my kids. An average cost for a bachelor's degree, according to the New York Times, of a lady from Ohio has to pay an average of $120,000 in school debt. So something to think about on how the military can pay for your education. Now let's talk about medical and housing. Medical insurance. As we all know, medical insurance is very hard to come by nowadays. People have to do certain different plans. In the military, you can get seen free of charge at many installations as well as any VA hospitals. My daughter Anna, when she was born, she had to have a heart surgery at 6 days old. It was free of charge, of course, after that, but they still sent us a bill just for our records, and just in that bill itself for doing that surgery was $115,000. Something to think about that I didn't have to pay. She's 7 years old now and I have not had to pay a dime. Basic housing allowance. On top of getting your regular base pay, you're either allowed to live on base free of charge at government housing, or you even get the option of basic housing allowance. So meaning they give me an extra amount to pay for rent or even purchase my own house, and I can use that towards my mortgage. You have the option to choose your own place to live is another thing that they do. Last but not least, time off. The United States Army believes that time off in the form of military leave is an important component to a soldier's life and well-being. Now, in the Army, we're allotted 2.5 days a month, equaling to 30 days of paid leave. Now, this is compared to what Forbes.com states that the United States is the only advanced economy that does not require employers to provide paid vacation. Approximately 1 in 4 Americans do not receive a vacation or paid holidays. An average amount of days that an average American earns for paid leave is about 16 days of paid leave a year. The military, we get 30. On top of that, we get our federal and training holidays. So that's an additional 24 to 30 days a year on top of your time off. Sick days. A lot of times you might be feeling ill, and they're more lenient on letting you go for quarters or whatnot for the day. So that's still you're getting paid the same. So in conclusion, according to an article of New York Times from May 2013, it is said that those that serve in today's military take up 0.5% of the total U.S. population. So there's not an easy answer for solving for life's problems such as rent, medical bills, school bills, expenses, or education. But joining the military is a good step in the right direction. It may not seem like a popular vote because you always have the option of you have to run the risk of moving so many times or even being deployed. But I can tell you this, that the opportunities and experiences that I have encountered are priceless. Thank you.